Good morning, everyone. You're now tuned to Woman Talk with me. I am Fatih Najwa. Today's breaking news: according to a report, a 10-year-old boy was drowned after falling into a ditch at Flat Desa Mutiara. According to Kota Police Johor, the victim was fishing in a ditch area around 3 in the afternoon when the incident happened along with his brother and his friends. Operations Commander from the Tebra Fire and Rescue Station, a senior fire official to Muhammad Rashid Sulaiman said his party received an emergency call regarding the incident at 3:30 on the same day. 7 members were directed to scene of the incident and the investigator reported the victim was found at approximately 10 meters from the place of the fall that was initially reported. The victim was found and pronounced dead at the scene by the Minister of Health medical teams. That's all from the breaking news segment. I am Fatih Najwa. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. We're back together in the Woman Talk with me. I am Fatih Najwa to discuss the current issue segment. Our country is facing an issue with inflation increasing by 2.0%. This problem has raised concerns among the government and the public. It was driven by a 3.2% increase in the prices within the major groups of housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels, as well as another 3.2% increase in restaurant and accommodation services. However, the OSM stated that prices of furniture, household equipment, along with health services, insurance, and financial services did not record any increases. This helping to balance the inflationary pressures. Now, I leave it to our reporter, Mrs. Shahira Farahid, to continue the next coverage.
Next, I will continue with the report and interview further Ms. Shuhada. Thank you, Ms. Shuhada, for taking the time in this interview.
Okay, sure.
I'm Shahira.
Okay,
You
sure.
call me Shahira.
Okay, sure.
So, Ms. Shuhada, what do you think about the issue of inflation in our country right now?
To me, inflation is literally an increase on the product prices, and which is actually caused by a higher demand on supply and the production cost. For me lah.
For you, okay. What is the effect of inflation on the domestic economy, especially, on the daily living costs of the people? Right now, the cost is
Well, when you talk about affect them, it's really mostly would be affecting to those who are living a little bit below on low income, like B40, about B40 people. It really put peer pressures on them, especially when the cost of living increase, food, rent, many things got higher, especially for people who's trying to survive.
okay. What do you think, strategy should the government take to control the inflation?
For my opinion, I think the government should take measure on trying to look out on the product cost and try to improve their market, especially to balance out most of the inflation.
Okay, I asked from the perspective of student, how can like to increase in food price affect the lifestyle of student, student life?
When it comes to student, I am a student, of course. It really affect us when it comes to living. Even though we receive an allowance from our parents, from the government money, it still really put us into cost of living, and food prices really cause it to increase. So it mostly be like, oh, I need to find something more alternative, something more cheaper. It's like really living out in cheaper lah. Because for me, my rent with the fire bill, electricity bill really put pressure, so I have to try to living out to cheap lifestyle, food, showers, like that.
Okay. Last question. Like, what strategy can student use to face rising the inflation?
For me, I mostly do like organizing stuff, like plan most of my budget, like how my food costs, how my living costs, how my essential product costs, especially when trying to divide it on how much that I need to use like every day.
Okay, that's all I think.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Ms.
Okay, thank
Rohada.
you so much. Okay.
Thank you to reporter Mr. Shahira Farahim for the report. And that's concluded our coverage in this current issue segment. I am Fatih Najwa. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. We're back together in Women's Talk. I'm Shazana Edwina to discuss the Sport Issues segment. We've just received some somber news in the sport world. Joining me now is our sport correspondent, sport journalist, Mr. Ahmad Azriel, to help us cover this tragic story. Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Shazliana.
Good morning, Mr. Azriel.
Good morning, Ms. Shazliana.
Back again, our top story this morning comes from Jakarta, where the Persatuan Bulu Tangkis Seluruh Indonesia has confirmed this tragic death of a young Chinese badminton player. 17 years old Zhang Zijie passed away from a heart attack after collapsing on the court during a match this past Sunday. This unfortunate incident occurred at the Asian Junior Championship in Yogyakarta. Zhang collapsed during his match and received immediate medical treatment on site. He was then rushed to a hospital in Yogyakarta. He was pronounced dead later that night. PBSI provided more details on the situation. Mr. Ahmad Azriel, could you share what we know about the medical response?
Certainly, Shaziana. According to Broto, Zhang's pulse has already stopped when he arrived at the first hospital. He was treated there for about 3 hours, with the medical team doing everything they could to revive him. Unfortunately, these efforts were in vain. Zhang was then transferred to a second hospital where he was declared dead at 11:20 p.m.
That's truly heartbreaking and raises concerns about the medical facilities and response times in such critical situations. We also understand that the Chinese Badminton Association has expressed concerns and is communicating with Indonesian authorities to determine if Zhang received timely and adequate medical treatments.
Yes, the Chinese Badminton Association is indeed raising these concerns. They are working closely with Indonesian officials to review the events and ensure that the proper medical protocols were followed. It's a delicate situation and both sides are cooperating to understand what happened.
It's crucial to ensure that everything possible was done to help Zhang. Our thoughts are with his family, who are now on their way to Yogyakarta to claim his body. This must be an incredibly difficult time for them, and they have our deepest condolences.
Absolutely, Shaziana. It's a tragic loss for the badminton community and for Zhang's family, friends. He was a young talent with a promising future ahead of him.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmad Azrael, for providing us with this detail. Our hearts go out to Zhang's family, teammates, and everyone affected by this tragedy. That concludes our sports segment for today. Thank you for joining us on Women's Talk. I'm Shazana Edwina. Have a good day and stay safe.